Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. We're in that interim time now between Christmas and, of course, the magic time called the New Year. So, what better time to think about moving to another country? Perhaps people who are watching this channel moving to Cyprus, and it's pretty easy to do. People make it sound very complicated, but it's actually not. If you want to come and reside in Cyprus, you can make it happen. And probably the easiest way to do it is to apply for a Type F visa. And that's a visa that's not talked about that much for people who are non-EU. But if you go hunting on Google and type in visa Type F, it will come up. And that visa is quite simple to attain. All you've got to actually do is pop over to Cyprus and open yourself a Cypriot bank account. So there's a lot of paperwork involved with that, but it can be done. Once you've done it, you can then transfer from outside of Cyprus, let's say the UK or Russia, Ukraine, those kind of places, 28,000 euros. That gives you a tick on a form for immigration. Then you need private health insurance. That's going to cost you around about 150-ish euros. Not the greatest health insurance in the world. It's not going to cover you for very much at all, but it ticks a box on the form for the immigration. The next thing you're going to need is an address. So you could rent a property, perhaps a humble apartment, and that will give you that fixed address. Again, another tick. You need a clean police report from the UK, for example, which you can get at perhaps not your local police station, but at the main police station, let's say in Manchester, in London, those kind of places. And that's pretty much it, by the way. Yeah, there's other ticks and there's other bits and bobs to fill out, but they're more about your identity than anything else. So that's how you do it. So you don't need that much money. Now, I know 28,000 euros, so what about £25,000 is a lot of money to have in liquid cash. But in today's world, you can save it perhaps over a couple of years. You can borrow it from your uncle, from your auntie, or borrow a few bits and bobs here, sell a car or two, and perhaps cut down on your lifestyle for a year or so. And then I'm pretty sure that most people would be able to manifest that 28,000 euros. And that's the biggest hurdle, isn't it? Because that's the bit that stops most people being able to do it. Now, that's how you do it. And there are one or two immigration people in Cyprus, private individuals, who will help you and guide you along that route. One in Paphos is called Gwenny Red Tape, and there's another one in Paya, and that's Peter Saba, and he calls himself Paphos Relocation Services, or Cyprus Relocation Service. And these are the two people that I would say would help you the most. And I'm not going to say bend the rules, but I'm going to say that they know exactly what to do. They know which answers and which questions not to answer. They know which box to tick to make it much, much easier for you to get to come and live on the island of love, which of course is Cyprus. And there's more and more people coming here every single day. Yeah, you know, Brexit caused problems, obviously, but that hasn't stopped the people that want to come to Europe to live, in particular places like Cyprus, Portugal, Spain. If you want to do it, you can do it. But what's it going to be like when you get here? You know, you've come for a week, you've come for a couple of weeks, perhaps you've even come for a couple of months on a holiday. And of course, you live in that holiday lifestyle, hanging out in the Paphos harbour, hanging out in Coral Bay and thinking, oh, everything's absolutely fantastic. What if I go there and then I don't like it? Well, if you don't like it, you can go back because you haven't actually committed to anything. You haven't bought a property, have you? So as long as you perhaps haven't given up that special job, if you're still working, that is, or perhaps if you're retired, well, it doesn't really matter. You could reference it in your future life as an experience that you had. But I'm pretty sure that you are going to like living in Cyprus, because Cyprus is a spectacular place indeed. And we are on the 28th of December, right as we speak, and the sun is shining. There's a lot of people walking around in the park, by the way. That's probably what you can hear in the background. And it's a relaxed place. The cost of living is cheaper than, for example, in the UK. There's no question about that. When you wake up in the morning, you know, we've had the odd dark day, haven't we? But today, you know, if you look up into the treetops over here, let's have a quick look. That's looking pretty blue. Yes, Lady Alley, the bus is still there. If you look down the side of it though, that's not far to the blue Mediterranean Sea. So not bad. Not a bad lifestyle at all. And like I say, it's cheaper to live here as well, in my experience anyway, and what people tell us, it is cheaper. Some things are more expensive, obviously, but that's a peculiarity all over the world, isn't it? But in general, the cost of living is lower. The way we are managed, shall we say, by the great powers that be and the police and the authorities, shall we say, is a lot more relaxed than it is in the UK. You know, if you get stopped for speeding, for example, you know, remember you were in the wrong, but in general, the Cyprus police will treat you with respect, and normally they will apologise to you for stopping you and then inform you that unfortunately you were speeding. And you have a little conversation with them, give them your driving licence, they check out the car. As long as the car is legal, there's no problem. As long as you haven't stolen it, isn't it? You're all right. And they'll give you a ticket, off you go. Within the next 30 days, get yourself on the internet, onto the government website and put in the registration documents and then pay the fine. And that's it, it's all done. So there's a lot of positives of living in Cyprus. Your life is easier, your life is calmer, your life is less stressful, I would say. Provided, of course, you've got an income. You know, you've got to have an income, haven't you? Many people are relocating to Cyprus at the moment, and they're in that middle ground. So they're not retired. They're, you know, in their 50s, 55, somewhere around there. But a lot of them have either got a business somewhere in the world, or they're able to work online. And of course, that is one of these peculiarities around the world, where, of course, I mean, technically, you come to Cyprus, you're not allowed to work if you're on a Type F visa, by the way, you know, for a conventional business. But of course, if you're working online, you can, because that is in this grey ground, isn't it? Because you're not actually working in Cyprus, even though you are working in Cyprus on your laptop. But it's one of these technicalities that allows you to get away with it, shall we say. So a lot of people, as we speak, a lot of people we've met anyway, are coming to live in Cyprus and working online, on their laptop, on their mobile phone, whether they're Bitcoin traders, whether they are running some kind of financial institution via their laptop, doing some back office. I got a customer, she's an accountant, yeah, and she actually does people's accounts online. So obviously they must send her things online, scan them and send her copies, and then she does all that obviously in her house, and then puts it back online and sends it to the various customers of hers and to various offices that need the facts that she has calculated. So there's many ways to earn a living via the power of the internet. And of course that means that then you can relocate to a different country. I think a lot of people put obstacles into moving abroad. And it is a huge, huge decision. There's no doubt about that. You are going to up sticks and move to another country. And I think, I mean, this is only my opinion, a lot of people get it wrong. I think a lot of people literally move their whole life. So this is not an attack on removal companies, by the way, but a lot of people will pack up all of their possessions and then transfer them to, let's say, Cyprus, settle down for 3 or 4 months, and then perhaps think, oh, I made a mistake. And now they find themselves stuck. Otherwise, they've got to spend all that money again to move back to wherever it is that they're from. Why don't you just literally pack a couple of suitcases for you and your spouse, get on a big bird and come to Cyprus, rent a property, hire a car for 3 or 4 months and see if you like it. and I'm pretty sure you will. And then, of course, you can go that next level, sell the house if you wish, get all the furniture, bring it over here, and have a fantastic rest of your life. Yeah. Anyway, there we go. Perhaps this is Mr. Paul's rants. I'm only telling you from my experience what I think is the route that you should take. I remember when I came to Cyprus in 2008, I literally came with 2 suitcases. That's what I came with. I remember we sold a business, and someone said to me, "Oh, what are you going to do now?" And I said, "I'm going to go to Cyprus and see what it's all about." And they said, "Oh, what, are you going for a week or a fortnight?" I said, "No, I think I'll go for the rest of my life." So there you go. 16 years later, I'm still here enjoying a cigar or two, a nice hot latte coffee, and your life changes, doesn't it? It does change as time goes on. You meet people, or you meet somebody, or you do something else, and your life can change, obviously. But I got a feeling I'll be in Cyprus for a long time, because there's minuses, don't get me wrong, because there is in everywhere that you live, isn't it? If you live in absolute paradise, you're always going to find something wrong, because we are human beings, and we always like to feel that, oh, you know, its grass is always greener over there, isn't it? I mean, in this park it's not, although the grass is greening because of all the rain. But I think what I'm trying to say to you is, knock down the barriers, because we always put up barriers, don't we? I remember my grandfather saying to me many years ago, most people don't do what they want to do because they put a barrier up and they are scared of the consequences. What if it doesn't work out? Correct, what if it doesn't work out? But if you're not happy in the life that you're in now, what's the point of staying there? Kick the barrier down, get adventurous, and go and try something new. If it doesn't work, well, you can always go back to that old life or that old situation, can't you? So anyway, that's my rant for today. Hopefully you've all had a fantastic Christmas, and I mean that sincerely. I hope everyone who watches us has had a truly spectacular Christmas, whether you like us or whether you don't. We don't wish any harm or animosity to anybody, we really don't. We wish everyone a fantastic time, a fantastic life, and a long life indeed. There are people out and about there who perhaps are alone at Christmas, and hopefully they have the power and the strength to get out there and mix with people, because there's always someone that you can go and say hello to, or perhaps say, hey, do you want to come around and have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in my case, and reach out to people. That's what you need to do, isn't it? And try and make friends, I know it can be difficult, I understand that bit, and often people wonder, well, what do you want? Most people don't want anything, they just want to have someone to chat to, someone to talk about life with, someone to have a laugh and have a joke with. And there are some people who want to put all their problems onto you. Obviously, I'm not saying perhaps you should invite them round for a cup of tea every single day, but sometimes listen to what they've got to say, because sometimes when they tell you their problem, you can just go, that's not a problem, you haven't looked at it the right way, have you thought about it this way? And then their problem goes away and the world's a better place, isn't it? As simple as that. Anyway, I'm going to say again, Merry Christmas. I know we're in that interim period time, and we're looking forward to the new year, as I'm sure you are as well, because 2025, like with all new years, gives us great positivity, and we dream of new adventures. And of course, in our case, my case and Marika's case, we are opening the Marika and Me Lounge Bar on the 15th of March 2025. A lot of people coming to it. I'm not going to name them all, but we do thank you all indeed. At the moment, there's around 100 people literally flying into Paphos a couple of days before, just for the opening of the Marika and Me Lounge Bar. Obviously, they'll have a great time in Paphos while they're here, but the point is they're coming for the opening of that bar. And if you'd like to be one of those people, well, get on the internet and have a look for some tickets, and I'm sure you'll find some reasonably priced accommodation, because we would love to see you. Remember the date, 15th of March 2025, and we'll be waiting especially for you. On that note, if you like what you see, please hit the like, smash that subscribe, and please don't forget to keep on coming back for my little talks, my little rants about life. If there's something that you'd like me to talk about, drop into comments, and you never know. That little video may be coming very, very soon, especially for you. And if you would like to get involved with the Marika and Me Lounge Bar, many people are doing it. If you want to get your name on the wall of fame on the Hollywood staircase, or perhaps if you'd like to have a swinging star from our groovy ceiling, yes, Dizzy Blonde, why not get one of those? Or perhaps all the steps have gone, so you can't buy a step anymore on the Hollywood staircase, and we thank all of the people who have dug very, very deep indeed. But if you'd like to get your name on the bar, and the bar is a big bar, if you've not watched any of the videos, it's about 18 meters long, so there's a lot of space on there to put people's names. There you go. You fancy that one? I think maybe you do. So if you'd like to get involved, and if you'd like to gift us a couple of bob and buy that little piece of something especially for you, go and hunt us down on PayPal. Paul G Cyprus, Paulgee Cyprus. Up will come my face and Marika's face, as we say, a huge thank you. If you'd like to buy a brick on the wall of fame, £50. If you'd like to have a swinging star on our groovy ceiling, £100. And if you'd like your name on a plaque on the bar, £150. Thank you very, very much indeed. And I'll leave you with the view. And it's a little bit chilly and a little bit misty, but the sun is starting to break through. I'll say thanks for watching. I enjoyed your company, and hopefully you've enjoyed my company, and hopefully you'll come and join me again very, very soon indeed.